Hello, Stingray boys and girls. Today we're going to take a look at formulas again. I know last week you had some difficulty with a very familiar formula. It was a geometric formula for perimeter. The problem you had was you're used to, in the past, you would be given directly what the width or the length is of a given rectangle, and it would be a numeric value. But what threw you for a loop was instead of getting a numeric value for one of those variables, you were giving an algebraic expression. So we're going to look at this and we'll try to explain it to you guys so that to make sure that you understand it. You're going to see a lot more of this this year, and you'll definitely see a lot more of it when you get into Algebra 1. So let's take a look at that sample problem. Thank you. Here is our formula problem with a twist, and there's two parts to it. We're going to focus on the first sentence and then go to the second part of the problem. Here it is. If a rectangle has the length that is 4 inches longer than the width, can we express the perimeter as an algebraic expression? Well, let's think what we learned back in elementary school. We learned that the perimeter of a rectangle we learned that the perimeter of a rectangle is equal to twice the length, or 2 lengths, plus twice the width. Why is that? Because here we have 1 width, and here is the corresponding width. They're opposite sides. We know that they need to be equal to each other if this is a true rectangle. And the same thing is true with the length. Okay, there's 2 lengths. And when we take 2 widths, 1, 2, plus 2 lengths, 1, 2, and we add them all together, that's going to give us the total perimeter, or the distance around our rectangle. Okay, now here's some key information. This we know. This formula we have memorized. That's committed to memory. But here it's a little different. Okay, it says we want to figure out what the length is. It tells us the length is not 4, but it's 4 inches longer than the width. Now what do we do with that? We're used to, in the past, they give us the length as 4 inches, 5 inches, 10 inches. They give us a set amount. They also then tell us that the width is another numeric value. But here, what are they doing? They're saying that the length is equal to what? Well, it's 4 inches longer than the width. So that means we have to take the width, which is W, we don't even know what that is yet, and add what to it? Add 4 inches to it. Okay, so here we can get rid of this. Okay, the length is what? W plus 4. Okay, over here, the length is W plus 4. Now I'm going to put that in parentheses because it's a package deal. The length is W plus 4. Whatever the width is here, the length is 4 inches longer. Okay, now how's that going to help us write a new algebraic expression for perimeter? Well, what we need to do is we need to use our substitution. We're going to replace L with what our value of L is. It's W plus 4. So we're going to take this and plug it in, or replace L. So we're going to rewrite this expression. Perimeter is equal to 2 times the length. And what's our length? It's W plus 4. And then we can't forget about the width. We have plus 2W. Okay? Here's our 2 W's. Here's our 2 lengths, which are really W plus 4s. So we solved the first part. Here's our new perimeter algebraic expression. Now they give us more information. They say now that the length is 10 inches. Okay, let's change the color here. Okay, let me get rid of it. Okay, so they say the length is 10 inches. Well, that should make, well, it would have been nice if they would have started out that way, but you know what? You're going to find out that this is actually very helpful, okay? Because if they tell us the length is 10 inches, so what can we do? Well, look at this. The length is 10 inches, right? So that means 10 inches is equal to what? W plus 4. Okay? And we want to know what W is in order to find the perimeter. So because if we just plug 10 back into here, we'd have the perimeter is equal to 2 plus 2 times 10 plus 2 times W. We wouldn't know what W is. But guess what? This enables us to figure out what W is. See, if I take 4 away from here and 4 away from here, bring it down, 10 minus 4 is 6. These guys cancel each other out, and W is equal to 6. Okay, and we can plug 6 back in and check. Look, L length is equal to 6 plus 4, that's 10, and right here they told us 10, or here's another way, 10 is equal to 6 plus 4. So since we know what W is, we can solve this entire expression. Let's plug 6 now into our expression, and we're going to get perimeter is equal to 2 times 6 plus 4 plus 2 times 6. Okay, we know 6 plus 4 is going to be 10. And here we go. 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 6 is 12. And our grand total is 32. The perimeter of this rectangle is 32. Okay? So, here is a formula with a twist. When we started plugging in or substituting our variables, we didn't do it with a numeric value. This time we did it with an algebraic expression. And we're going to do this more and more as we approach algebra, and you'll do it all the time in algebra. Well, thank you for listening.